How's it going?
Max Arfsten. Hope you had a good offseason. I first want to start, obviously you got the call up. Was that something that was on your radar at all? And correct me if that's wrong, this was your first ever Team USA, like youth senior call up, correct?
Yeah, first ever anything with the U.S. national team, so I was very proud for that. And yeah, it was on my radar at the end of the season. I knew that the January camp is the camp where MLS players, typically on the younger side, have a chance to get called in for the January camp and the friendly. So yeah, I was just I was staying ready for that opportunity because I felt like I did enough to have a chance. So yeah, it was a good experience for sure.
How did you find out that you were officially called up?
Yeah, I was at home in California at my house where I grew up in with all my family and stuff, and I just got an email that like I made the roster, and then my agent called me like the week before saying like they heard there was a chance, so I was just kind of waiting for that.
And was it special that you were around family when it happened?
Yeah, it was really cool. It was awesome.
And what was just your biggest takeaway from that camp that you're kind of just going to bring into the season and then also for possible other call-ups?
Yeah, individually, I think I feel more confident because I was with some of the top MLS players in the league, and I feel like I matched up well against them in training and games as well, getting that game experience at the national team level. And then I think it was also cool to be under Pochettino and see how he runs things, being that he's coached at the highest level, just being exposed to that sort of regimen. It just adds a variety to things I've seen. So I think that's what it brings.
A lot was made about Pochettino's debut with the national team players in the last couple of months and how he's just sort of short and direct and let's go. But was it a big juxtaposition for you compared to what you have enjoyed here for the last couple of years, or was it something that you found to be easy to adapt to?
There's for sure some similarities and differences, but I feel like it was not too hard to adapt to. I mean, offensively, it's like tactical-wise, it's pretty similar to here. And then he's pretty open with, depending on how the game goes, we have to adjust the way we play to win. Pochettino, that was kind of his message. And obviously, it was a short 2-week camp, so he can't fit everything into it. But it was good. I feel like it was pretty easy to adapt, and he was super flexible and understanding with everybody.
And since we're on the subject, and I don't mean to steal Jared's potential question, typically Coach like Wilfried Nancy likes to have a conversation with the national team call-ups after you come back and say, what you learned, what you like, whatever the conversation is. Did you have that conversation? What do you think was important about that conversation with Nancy?
Yeah, we had that conversation on Monday, actually, after the first day I was back, and it was good. He told me he watched the game, what he thought, what I thought about the whole camp in general and being under Pochettino, and just that he was happy for me, and also that he's going to hold me to a higher standard now in training. And it's a challenge that I'm willing to accept because I just want to keep getting better, and obviously he's helped me a lot to get to this point, so I'm open to continue to get better.
Good for you. I read an article from a guy who does a lot of data analysis in the off-season, registered you as one of the top 10 best investments in Major League Soccer based on your performance last year. Not asking if you saw that data, but as you reflect on 2024, what'd you like about it?
Yeah, I didn't see that data, but that's some cool data. 2024, yeah, it was definitely a good year for me. I mean, comparing it to 2023, what I like to do is I try to be better than every year, you know what I mean? So 2023, obviously, I didn't have as big of a role on the team, so 24 was certainly better in that aspect. And then, yeah, there was a lot of highs and a lot of lows, like winning Leagues Cup was definitely a high in that whole run. So I'm hoping to replicate the same success this year. And yeah, I think this 2025 will be a good year for us.
Wing performance for the crew last year, if you include Juan Jones, Mo, and yourself, 12 goals, 15 assists, somewhere in there. What more from the wing play in 2025?
Yeah, I think just continuing to provide service for the strikers and attacking players on our team. I think that's the most important thing, and just being dangerous in those areas. You know what I mean? I think all of us offer something kind of different in those positions, which I think is good. You know what I mean? It kind of keeps teams on their toes. So Yeah, I think we just want to continue to put good service in and create chances. I think that's the biggest thing.
Thanks, Max.
Max, when you look back on the 24 season, from the start of the season to the end, what are some things that you were looking to improve on it, from 23 to 24, that you might have improved on last year and then might need to improve a little bit on this year?
Yeah, I think being like an attacking player my whole life, when I started really playing wingback last year, I knew I wanted to get better at defending and my positioning and stuff like that. And I do think I've gotten better at it, but it's always something I can improve on, like you said. That aspect of the game and just making sure I'm disciplined on defense and just aware of what's going on at all times. So I'd say that.
4 goals, 8 assists last year. Is there any type of set number that you're looking for this year or to improve on, or?
I don't like setting numbers because I feel like just if you think about the numbers all the time, then you could get caught up in maybe not actually playing your best. But obviously, I want to do better than last year in every aspect. So yeah, I'll just say that.
You guys got a busy schedule coming up this year with CONCACAF and Leagues Cup again this year. Now Crew 2 is going to be in the U.S. Open Cup. What's it mean as a young player to going into playing like some of these big tournaments?
Yeah, I think it's an awesome opportunity for Crew 2 because there's the chance to obviously win a trophy, and then you go up against MLS teams as well that are in the Open Cup. So yeah, I think it's awesome for them. It's a good opportunity, and people love watching the Open Cup, so there's going to be people watching. So I think it's a good platform for people to be seen and just opportunity to grow.
3rd season with Will Bernazzi here. How much growth have you seen from the time he got here till now? And what do you think, might need to change this year to have almost like a season like 23?
Yeah, I think every year is different, I think we just need to – it's hard to say because every game is different and competition is different. But I think we just need to stay together through the highs and the lows, I mean, like you said, there's a lot of games this year, a lot of different competitions. So it's normal that there could be some mental fatigue that gets involved, but we just have to stay fresh, stay together, and, just really come together when the moments get tough. I think that's important.
Last one. When you were drafted, they had no draft picture for you.
Yeah, I remember. I
Now
remember.
to where you're a household name now. What's that mean to you to see that you go from essentially from a nobody in the draft to Max Arfsten as a household name?
Yeah, to be honest, it is funny when people ask me that because it is true I didn't have a picture, but genuinely that was a super motivating thing to me. They didn't have a picture of me, they didn't know who I was. When I got drafted, the announcers didn't even know who I was or expected anything from me. So genuinely, it was super motivating to me. I'm going to show everybody what I can do. And there still is so much more to do and accomplish individually. I know there's stuff I could get better at, but that certainly motivates me to just continue to work hard and show what I can do. So I want to keep, improving and accomplishing what I want. But yeah, that is kind of funny to think about, though.
Thanks, Max.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Max.
Thanks, everybody.